So I felt to do a video about the engineered weather that is happening, the fires, specifically in the all around the country of the U.S. and in Italy, and also the engineered weather modification that's creating hurricanes and flooding and affecting millions and millions and millions of people around the world right now. There's floods in Nepal area, there's floods in South Asia, there's also let me think, Houston. So I have a little bit of intel which I kind of want to share because I feel like they're targeting a very specific area. What they're targeting is the dove in the United States, the return of the dove. The nose and the head of the dove are in Houston. The left wing of the dove is on the East Coast and in Florida, and the right wing of the dove is on the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest specifically. So there's and then the tail is up in Canada. So there's a lot of things happening that are creating this attack, if you will. And so the key point is that we can actually have a reversal of this energy, and we can actually support the alignment of these energies calming down. We have the ability to alter matter. We have the ability to change the way that these things happen. And mind you, these are engineered and manufactured storms. These are not normal, and these fires have been set. They are not natural fires. Never in the history of fires on the West Coast have there ever been so many fires at the same time in different areas, and very specifically targeted areas in Oregon and Washington and California. So it's not like they're just randomly burning. You know, they're very specifically targeted in certain areas. And so what we want to look at is how can we go about balancing this fire and water clashing that's happening right now. And we could have put it into masculine and feminine, if you will, because the masculine fire and the feminine the feminine waters, and like, why is this actually happening? So let's look at what's possible for balancing the masculine and feminine first now. Thank you, Lenny. You're so funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious. He's like, don't look now, but there's a little guy spying on you. So funny. Thank you for that. That was hysterical. Breaking my concentration. No, anyway, so also I have a friend who offered up an interesting way of going about to work together to slow down the hurricane that right now is at 185 miles per hour, Hurricane Irma, that's off the coast of Puerto Rico and those southern islands. So what I would like to do, what I would really like to do is I would like to do that together. So I want to concentrate firstly on Hurricane Irma, and because that seems to be, I mean, there's already immediate threats, but that seems to be an immediate threat for those southern islands below Florida, and then Florida has already called a state of emergency, and so have some of the southern islands. So I would like to concentrate on what it is that we can do to alter the weather patterns. Thank you, Stellar, for this information. And I am going to utilize this right now to bring it to a larger audience. So thank you, sweetheart. I see you on there. Okay, so dropping in. I would love for you to drop into the center of stillness within you. In that place that resides the golden sphere of light that pulsates and undulates within you. And if you like, you can call down golden, platinum, diamond light from the cosmic ocean of light. Into your heart space, and allow on the exhale for that to expand into your hands and specifically down through your left arm from your heart. Creating a heart-centered connection with the ball of golden light that then enters your hand, your left hand. And then I want you to imagine the hurricane, and that you are hovering above the hurricane, and that you are larger than the hurricane. And you notice that it's a counterclockwise spin. It's a reverse from the clockwise spin. So imagine placing this hurricane in this golden ball of light. And just envelop it in golden light. And I want you to imagine that in the eye of the hurricane, there is stillness. And if you could place yourself there invisibly, you can redirect the hurricane in the opposite direction. You can slow it down and reverse the spin. So imagining that you're above the hurricane and you're holding it in a golden sphere of light. You're containing the hurricane. And as the golden atoms wash over this hurricane and cleanse this hurricane of the programming, it dissolves the programming of the hurricane. And it starts to dissolve and dissipate the potency of this hurricane. It redirects the hurricane, and it starts to slow down and decrease, continuing to keep the golden ball of light large around it, so it has plenty of space within which for it to move and operate. But this golden sphere of light is actually containing this hurricane. So within this golden sphere of light, we can manipulate the matter and the subatomic structure of the hurricane. So imagine that it is softening. And is beginning to slow down. And it loses its potency. And the energy around the hurricane begins to spin in a clockwise direction. Allowing the energies to be absorbed by source light. And then focusing on the center eye of the hurricane and taking a beam of golden platinum diamond light and putting it right through the center. And as that clears, the program clears. Releasing the program then dissolves and dismantles this hurricane, dissipating the spin and allowing these clouds to just open. The programming is dissolved. It no longer has its original plan in place. It no longer has the missile effect of the programming of where it was to land. It no longer is programmed. And now I call upon the Davic forces of earth, the elemental realms of wind, fire, air, and water, and ether, to come into full harmonic resonance now with each other, with the masculine and feminine energies of the earth, and to assist in comforting this hurricane and bringing this hurricane back to its center, allowing it to just fall away. Trusting that everything is divine and perfect in its order. It's all perfect in its design. We will continue to hold space for this hurricane to slow down and reverse its spin and dissipate. All hands on deck. We simply bless this moment in time, knowing that everything is working together for the highest good. For the benefit of all beings, we do this work. And so it is. Thank you for joining me.